All right, it's looking better already. A lot of dirt behind there. Oh, that trim just fell off the driver's door. It was bent because they got hit. Something hit the side of the truck here. Dented here and dent here, so it's a little loose. Looks like this piece is missing. So we'll have to get that cleaned up and get this fixed. I'll leave it off for now. Yeah, let's get up in the bed. What's up?
You can use a Brillo pad.
Yeah, I need some. Need to get some Brillo pads, guys. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. I think Big T's right. Let's get the Brillo pad on it. Yeah, let's try a Brillo pad. Put a little Dawn on it. It's already got soap in it, but we'll get it wet. And let's try it. Let's try it right here. See where it's drying out. We've got all the dirt off of it, for most of it, but there's some grime baked in there. Oxidation. You can see the oxidation here. See if we can get this cleaned up. There's oxidation right here too, and dirt and grime. There's still a lot of the original paint left on here. We'll get all this oxidation off, or some of it, with the Brillo pad, and then we'll wash it a couple more times. Come back with a buffer and cut it a little bit, buff and wax it just a little bit, not too much. Make it pop a little bit. We could cheat a little bit and put some of that juice on there, but yeah, let's just buff it. Buff and wax it. That's the best way to do it. All right, so we're stopping right here. We'll see the difference here when we rinse it off. Yeah, let's try that. All right, we'll let that dry for a few minutes. We'll come back and take a look at it. All right, well, that's drying. Let's go ahead and do this front fender. And you can definitely see the Brillo pad is working. S pad or whatever it is. It's definitely smoother. It feels real smooth. Obviously there's some little scratches and stuff, but that's where you buff that out. Yeah, we're taking some of the original paint off, but that's okay. We're just trying to get it clean, get all the junk off of it, try to make it pop a little bit. Let's see if we can buff a little bit. Let's see what that looks like. All right, we just got some McGuire's Ultimate Compound before and after. Shake it really good. You guys know how to do that, I'm sure. All right, new pad. Let's put some compound on there, see what happens. It's definitely cleaner, pretty smooth, but it needs to pop a little bit. should have patted it down a little bit more. Just sprayed everywhere. This thing have speeds on it? Yeah, it does. Okay, you can definitely see a difference there. You look at the driver's door, see how chalky and white it looks. And then you go down there. That's how it should look. All right, let's focus on the driver's door. You can see how oxidated it is. Let's clean it up a little bit. Go right to the Brillo pad. It's a fine Brillo pad. It's got some soap on it. And we're gonna put a little comment on there. Let's see how that works. Should clean up pretty quick. Oh yeah, it's definitely cutting through. That might be good right there. That might do it. You can kind of see some of the orange paint coming off. That's okay. Just taking a little bit off. Oh yeah. That's gonna look good. Let's rinse that and see how it looks. All right, well that section is drying. I'm gonna hit the hood. Getting some of that crusty rust off of there and the dirt that's embedded in it. Looks like old worn out leather. It looks pretty cool. An old pair of leather boots or a chair. It looks awesome. Pretty wild how those wheels and tires just make the truck look so much cooler. I like the original wheels and tires, but that just takes it to another level right there. She's looking pretty sweet, guys. Looking pretty sweet. It'd be nice if we could just stay wet looking like that. The outside is pretty much clean. I want to start cleaning the inside a little bit. It's a mess in here. Get all the junk. You see all this junk here. The doors are filthy. There's mud daubers nest up in here. And the carpet are wet now. Something's leaking. I think it's this. It's probably the windshield. The seal around the windshield's bad. You can kind of see it cracked over there, and it's hard as a rock. It should be soft. So there's water getting down in there. It's probably the original windshield. So we're going to pull the seat out. We'll get the carpet out. We might even take the air conditioning system out because it's all dilapidated. Get it out of there and clean up this whole space really good. At least phase one of getting it clean in here. There'll probably be a couple different phases, but let's do it. Let's get this seat out of here. And it's heavy. All right, that opens up the space a lot. And you can see it's pretty dirty. It's wet in here. When we were washing it yesterday, this whole area got wet, and that area over there was dripping. I could see it dripping through the dash. So probably the windshield, maybe a couple other areas. But let's go ahead and get this carpet out of here. It's nasty. We're gonna need some Phillips heads. All right, let's see if we can get it out with this. You can see how wet it is right here. Hopefully the floors look good. I'm kind of excited to see what the floors look like. They look good from underneath. Oh yeah, a little crusty. Slides right under that seatbelt there. We might take the seatbelt out too, but ooh, look at that spider back there. He's just waiting to get you. We got some spiders in here, guys. All right. Hopefully he's not poisonous. It's a brown spider. I don't know if it's a recluse or not. Oh, we got another screw right here. We got a screw loose. There we go. I don't know how much these are new, but this one looks pretty good. Just needs to be cleaned up. I'll get the other side off real quick. Yeah, this side's got some white crud on it. It looks like maybe this metal is starting to deteriorate. Maybe it's some sort of byproduct from this metal mixed with the carpet and the water. It's starting to corrode a little bit. You can see this door is just as dirty. We're gonna pressure wash this door really good. Get all the crud off of it. Yeah. Get this carpet out of here. Hopefully it's not too rusty under here. It's pretty nasty. It's pretty wet. It's really wet right there. That's probably the original carpet. And I think we're gonna have to, let's see. We've got a few things here holding it in place. And that air conditioner, I think, is holding it in place too, so. Damn it. Yeah, we got some stuff like this that's gotta come out. All right, that's starting to come out. we go. I guess the Ranger came with some insulation under here, make it a little quieter in here. It's the first time I've seen this. Unless they added this later on. It looks like it's in pretty good condition still. Oh, there's a little rust under there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is factory carpet because it's wrapped around this air conditioning system, and they installed this in 1969. I got the paperwork for it. So let's see if we can. There we go. We didn't even need the scissors. Nasty. Oh yeah. Very rare find. There we go. I don't want to scratch the paint. It looks so good. It's coming. Let's see if we can get these seatbelts out of here. Yep. All right. Try to keep these all together. They're in pretty good shape. Get them cleaned up. All right, let's get this AC unit out of here. It's in pretty rough shape. You can see it's broken. It's broken here, it's broken here. Almost positive it doesn't work because it's not hooked up. So it's in the way. We need to get it out of here. It's held on both sides with two 5/16 screws. Little ground cable right there. There's one on the other side. And we got the hoses. We gotta get disconnected. Hopefully. Wow. Those are just turning. There we go. Another way I know it's not working, no gas coming out of it. Probably stopped working 30 years ago. This is original from the factory or from a dealer. This was installed by the dealer. I have the paperwork for it. But probably stopped working a long time ago. I need another 1 inch to go there. Couple wires holding it on. This side is 1 inch and 7/8. Let's see. And they're on there pretty good. Whew. God dang. Wow. If it ain't broke, it'll be broke by the time I'm done with it. All right, there it is. Wasn't too bad. And you can see it's broken here. It's all beat up pretty bad. There was no gas in it, so it hasn't been working in a long time. Could it be fixed? Probably. Would it make more sense just to get a new one? Probably. You can get a whole new kit now, I think, for like 600 bucks. All right, that's looking better. Couple drain pipes here, so they drilled a couple holes here way back in the day. They did this probably the same day he bought it or the same week. I got the paperwork for it. Surprised they didn't seal that just a little better on each side with some silicone or something. But and that hole, look at it. Jeez. They make that with. All right, so we got two new holes over here. For now, we'll just put a plug in there or something until, or maybe we'll close those up. We'll weld them up and clean that up with a new weld. Not sure how the new air conditioners drain, but I would assume they have a drain too. So maybe we'll leave it for now. And we're gonna have a couple holes up in here for these pipes. There's some wires here that have been cut and put back together, so we have to figure that out. I'm assuming these are the trucker lights on top, so we'll have to figure out what's going on there. Definitely somebody's been playing around with the wiring under there for sure. So we'll have to get all that cleaned up, make sure everything's working properly. But check it out, we got the nasty carpet out. The floors look great. Got that old nasty air conditioner out of there. It's looking good, guys. We'll take the headliner out at some point, but right now I think what we're gonna do is rinse this out and get as much of this junk out of here as we can. I'm gonna leave the original seal for now, but we might pull it up for a second and clean underneath it. I do have some new ones, I just don't want to install them yet because these are working fine, so we'll try to retain the original seals for now. Get all this sprayed out real quick. Move this thing inside. Get the condenser, get the compressor off the engine from the air conditioner. That'll free up some space in the engine bay and make it look a little bit better. Let's do it. All right, we got that nasty carpet out there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is all factory. But luckily, this stuff is coming right off. That is very, very, very nice. it just comes right off. It's not leaving it all over. It's not like stuck to the metal or anything. They did a nice job putting it on. I'm assuming the Rangers got this for a little bit quieter cabin. Look at that. That piece is intact. I'm assuming you could buy this stuff, maybe. Yeah, you see how bad that carpet is. It's discolored, it's wet, it's nasty. Get that out of there. Wash all this out really good, let it breathe. And maybe once we get all the leaks fixed, we'll get a nice piece of carpet for in here. It's a dime. What year is it? 91. I think that's what it says, 1991. Mm-hmm. There's a couple isolator pads that sit there for the gas tank to sit on. Yeah, I think we're gonna get the seat belts out of here. We'll get those out of our way. And we'll get all this insulation out. There's not much left. It comes right up, which is awesome. That piece is stuck for some reason, but I'm pretty sure we're gonna get the air conditioner out of there because yeah. Oh, that's a little different. That's a different type of material right there. That's interesting. Maybe because there's extra heat there from the exhaust. That's probably what it is. But that stuff's sticking a little bit harder. I just noticed, look how good the floors look. Wow. Dang, those are the nicest floors I've ever seen, guys. I'm being serious. This side's a little worse. We'll hit it with the wire wheel and clean that up, but it doesn't look like there's any areas that go all the way through. Wow. That's pretty that's a rare find on the East Coast over here. All right, let me get something to get that out of there. It's looking better. Knocked a bunch of dirt out of here and not some fuzz from the carpet. There's still some junk in here. We're gonna hit it with some soap, wipe it down. There's a mud dauber up there in the corner. The whole headliner is going to come out. There's probably spiders and all kinds of crap up in there. So we'll get that out. We'll pull the visors out and spray them down. I'm trying not to get the dash too wet. It got a couple little splashes, but I think it'll be all right. But I don't want to soak it. We're just going to wipe it down really good. Probably end up changing the windshield at some point. But right now I just got some Dawn and a scrub sponge. And I'm just gonna clean this up the best I can. Get as much of the junk out of here as we can. I'm probably gonna leave this black tar on here for now. I'll take as much as I can off, but I don't want to worry about it too much right this second, because we're gonna come in here. We're gonna come in here with a wire wheel and hit some of this rust. We're just getting it all, guys. As much as we can. Spray it out, wash it out, just get it cleaned up. Inside's looking pretty good. We got to clean the dash and all that stuff. The windshield. It's getting there. I'm gonna take these wipers off because these things are looking pretty rough. Looks like somebody ran them. Scratched the windshield a little bit, so that sucks, but maybe we can buff it out. We'll probably end up having to replace it anyway because the seal needs to be replaced. You can see how dry rotted it is, and it's leaking. The thing that sucks about that is the chrome. Finding somebody that knows how to put the chrome in, that would be awesome. Hopefully somebody out there can do it because I like the way the chrome looks. A lot of times when you see them redone, it's just the rubber here because people can't get the chrome back in. Let me see if I can get these wipers off. There's just like a little clip holding them on. Hopefully they'll pop off. This one came off pretty easy. That little clip popped out of there. The clip on this one is stuck. All right, I think phase one is complete as far as cleaning the inside and the outside. It's pretty clean in here. I got a lot of the junk out of these corners. I ended up pushing a screwdriver through the drain hole and stuff just started coming out of there, rust and dirt. Still got to get some of this tar off of here. Wire wheel this rust, OSFO it, coat it with some paint so it doesn't rust any further. These are the nicest floors I've ever seen in one of my trucks. This has got to be the nicest cab overall that I've owned. The hood for sure. So phase one complete. Phase two will be the engine bay and more of the inside and just getting this thing really, really clean. I'm going to be honest with you, I'll probably end up taking the engine out just because it'll be a lot easier to get to everything. And we need to drain the oil. We need to take off the oil pan. Hopefully there's not a lot of junk in there. Hopefully it's clean. Take off the valve covers and just clean everything really good. Check the compression, do all that stuff. Replace all the hoses. It's gonna need an overhaul. So hopefully this one will just be an overhaul and it won't end up being a complete teardown, but we'll see what happens. But right now it's running and driving. Carburetor needs to be rebuilt. I've got another carburetor that I pulled off the blue truck, the 302. Not sure if there's a huge difference between the carburetors. This is a 360, that's a 302. They're both 2 barrels. They look like they line up the same on the manifold, but I'm sure the jetting is a little bit different. We'll stick it on there, see how it runs. But yeah, it's looking good. You can actually see through the windshield now. And I haven't even cleaned the inside yet, so we're gonna spray this down really good. There's soap scum on the outside, but you can actually see through it now. It's pretty good. So we'll clean that. We'll probably go over it with a razor and get all the funk off of it. Clean it really good with glass cleaner. Get the dash clean, the steering wheel. Just get everything really nice. Take the headliner out. Clean it really good. Maybe we'll replace it because it's roached out pretty bad right there. And the chrome is real rusty, so we'll try to clean that up. But yeah, guys. Not bad for a first wash. It's looking pretty good. We'll let it bake out here in the sun. It'll evaporate all that moisture anywhere that it doesn't belong. And again, we're gonna need, we're gonna look at the hood. I mean, it's bad. I want to get all that junk off of there. I want to get the inside really clean and just make it look real nice in here. Make sure everything's working properly. Get this compressor out of here, air conditioner compressor. Something's going on with the radiator shroud. It broke at some point and they got it zip tied. So we still got a lot of work to do on this, guys, to make it roadworthy, to make it really roadworthy. But we do have good brakes now. That's pretty cool. I really like this truck. I love the color. Really cool color. Reminds me of like an old leather glove, old leather base, you know, like an old leather baseball glove or an old leather chair or something. It's pretty cool. Wherever there's paint, we're gonna get it as clean as we can, and then we'll buff and wax it, make it pop. We'll try some of the magic juice on a couple areas, see how that works. I'm assuming it's some sort of liquid juice, liquid wax. It always feels good to get the old carpet out of there because it's just so nasty and dirty and stuff is just kind of getting wet in there. And we'll probably pull these old seals out of here. You can see how they have them glued in here. I just wanted to leave them as a you know, just until I'm ready to put the new ones in. I'm gonna leave these here, but it doesn't look like there's any rust under there, which is good. Looks pretty clean. Looks really clean. I was expecting this little corner right here to be really bad, but it's not. It's not bad at all. There's just some surface rust and a little bit of caulking in there, seam sealer. So we'll pull this seal off. We'll wire wheel this. Spray paint it so it doesn't rust anymore. But it's looking good, guys. All right, guys, I'll see you on the next one. Later.